This is a Ford F450 Limited. Jesse bought this truck brand new, and brand new, it costs $130,000. Immediately after Jesse bought this truck, he hauled it down to us and wanted some major upgrades. $30,000 in upgrades to be exact. The moment the truck showed up, Yannick and Brandon were quick to get to work.
This is Jesse's 2023 F450. We're bringing it in the shop to lift it.
That's how we winners made. Stick a fork in the hater on my dinner plate. I walk into the fire like it's just a bit of flames. I switch my style up, watch the money pile up. I'ma get rich or die.
Wow. Tight squeeze.
The lift kit we're installing today is designed for an F350, but after speaking with BDS, they told us it's the same kit, and it's actually the one they shipped us. There's only minor changes between the two, so we had to confirm that ourselves.
But I want to look at the back quick first because I want to see if I got to go get different U-bolts and stuff.
Yeah, I can measure them.
And I want to look at the block because the block, we might have to drill this hole out a little bit bigger.
Is it for an F450 or 350?
It's for a 350. They said the front's the exact same, the back's what you got to get. So that's why I want to look at the back first. These are 2.5 Performance Elite Fox BDS Coilovers. The Performance Elite's been out for a little bit, but I think it's their newer line. Little updated logos, full aluminum. Wow, that's gonna look badass.
Yeah, they're pretty fancy looking.
It's pretty spectacular.
Like I want them to start with the back so that if we got to get different U-bolts or something because of it, then I want to be able to do that. So we got Jesse's truck in here. We're going to install a 4-inch BDS, full coilover, full resi, 2.5 Performance Elite, all the way around. This thing's going to look badass when it's done. Set of 24-inch American Force wheels, 37 1350, 24 Nitto Ridge grapplers, all the way around. Wait to stay tuned.
Wait to stay tuned.
This one, then four for the next. Third, second, first, four for the best. She showing love, give me all the raw energy. Don't stop, go ahead, get it in. Jump, knock, let me in.
Meet Yannick. He's been here longer than most marriages last. If we have a tough task, we know he can handle it.
Now I'm going to start by removing the rear shocks and put the rear blocks in. And go from there, right? U-bolts. We're going to be putting new blocks in. So you'll see in a minute there, I'll have the old one out. Big again. This one right here. So this is the difference.
This is the stock rear leaf block compared to the BDS block that we are
The
installing.
5-inch would have those blocks.
Well, yes and no. The parts for a 5-inch in a 2020, like, bit of a gimmick. The parts are fucking near the exact same. Well, we'll put it, that's good. Just put her in like that and remove it, and if it fucking sits too low in the rear, we'll have to put it back in.
The American Forces.
Are you building?
Yeah, I am. With JT. Probably in the next hour.
Cool.
Yeah. They're gonna look freaking nice.
I'm pumped for this truck. Actually.
I can't wait to see the rims with the wraps off.
The whole, like, the lift is.
You're probably gonna be all horny.
Much bigger. Yeah, I like this truck a lot.
No, I think I'll keep.
I had to die grind the hole. You could see it wasn't fitting properly because the washer is a little bit bigger, because the bump stop is not all the same bolt, so I just had to make it fit.
Don't stop, go ahead, get it in.
With the bump stops and blocks modified just a little bit to fit, they were ready for the install.
Yeah. While you're doing the rear end, I'm gonna have a look at the actual truck. This thing is clean and massive.
This truck is brand new, barely even driven yet,
Brand
so
new.
it's super clean and perfect everywhere.
Beyond clean, and that rear rotor is bigger than my head, for sure. It's like pumpkin size. Or are you putting a new shock in? A shiny shock?
With the rear end all bolted up now, we moved on to installing the box shocks.
Just getting all confused. Those are the fronts. That's back, and those are that's a front. That's a front. So the front has a shock and a spring. So yeah, we're replacing that spring for a coilover and then a new shock on the front. So it's gonna be like a dual setup. Looking shock. Yeah. So did you make sure that says Larry on it?
With this being a 2023, it has some very tricky sensors
Okay,
Built into the
sensors.
suspension.
Okay, so those rear sensors are getting reconnected. Look at this. It attaches on top of the block, on top of the leaf pack, right? And then it runs to a little actuator, like the bottom of the actuator here.
Yeah.
And then it pivots here, telling, I would assume,
So
like we've heard.
when this drops down, it has something in the sensor there that's telling that the back end is lower, so to put your lights tip forward. And that's also probably telling you how much weight you got into your vehicle or your trailer,
Right.
into the back.
Right.
I'm not 100%, but I'm assuming that
Even,
could be
even
it.
management isn't 100%. Like we've asked all around, right? Brandon
So-
doesn't know, so. And he's called around asking people.
So that's
so-
what I'm assuming.
It's a fairly new truck. I don't think too many people have done this to it. One thing I wanted to mention is we are going to leave these U-bolts long until the vehicle, until the lift is all done. We want to make sure this lift is sitting level, and if the rear end's drooping at all, we can put a bigger block in it and still have room to play with these U-bolts. So we're not going to cut them until we have it on the ground and everything's situated and the truck is completely level the way we want. What do you got a Sawzall? Come on here.
I got a Sawzall on the top of the shock.
Like the pocket itself?
Yeah, right in the top here.
The pocket has to be notched to fit this.
Not. Cut that.
Cut. Just got back from lunch. Guys are all on lunch break right now, and I want to sneak a peek at these wheels. American Force, dually setup. And they're all covered over here, just waiting for me to look at them. Oh, not a bad way to spend 2 months' salary. Oh no, we're not taking that right off. Oh boy. Yeah, I really like them. These guys always do a great job. Such a nice wheel. Ian, coffee.
Thanks.
But there's two, because Devin brought you one too.
Yeah, I already drank that one.
So at least you're covered.
See? Second coffee. Removing the lower shock bolts, I could remove the springs. Give me enough room to jack up the truck there and remove the springs. So I could start putting the new radius arms. But I might start preparing for the coilover there on top. We'll see. We will see. Almost like the inner fender, like if you look right there, if you take it off, I don't know what's in the back of that. It just, right now it's in my way of kind of like, you know, look at that, they forgot to put a push pin in the back here.
So Yannick's got the front end all tore apart on the right hand side. He's just looking at the pocket. And this is the one he's gonna have to cut up there. So there's no going back, I guess. Once this is installed, there's no going back. Brand new truck. Got your minor light on. Nice.
Don't want to cut the ABS wire, right?
Nice. Yep. Safety first. We need ABS. That's important on a brand new vehicle. So there's an ABS wire that just sits on top of that. You can reach through. Yeah.
With everything prepared, it was time to chop the pieces off a brand new truck.
Yep, that's what it looked like before.
Right there. So down the road, you just got, if you want to go back to factory, you just got to re-weld this back on. I'm just grinding the pocket smooth so there's no, from where I cut and all that, make sure that the metal's straight. It's not like an edge sticking out.
While Yannick works on the suspension, we wanted to reveal these very expensive wheels. Brandon was like a kid on Christmas morning.
Time is it? Time to mount the wheels.
Wheels time.
When you're mounting tires onto very expensive wheels, there's always a major concern that you're going to leave a mark on them.
Oh, that's stressful.
Same thing. I was like, oh fuck. Not even watching.
What? The way the head came down, it was like, oh. Oh boy. This is, oh boy. First beat was the easy one.
So whenever we mount very, very expensive wheels, it's always such a stressful thing.
Good thing you had him in here for a week.
Yeah, Jay tried to take them out. I said, don't take those out.
Come on, dude. I used to be. Oh, I was looking to freaking dismount the other side. I was just gonna say that. 'Cause it's usually on this machine, it's not bad. When you get it set, you can probably roll it back on. Oh, this is going off. Whoop. It's okay. I was watching. That's all I need. Break the camera. How?
But it's trying to dismount it?
Yeah, trying to push it down the other side.
The problem we're having is simple. These wheels don't mount up like a car or a truck. They mount up like an 18-wheeler. With that being said, they only fit on certain machines here. And these machines just really aren't cutting it.
It's on there. It's not on right here, but it's on there.
Yeah, I was thinking if maybe we can do one loop, it might
Hopefully.
Hopefully. That's where the bottom roller on that one makes it nice because you can bring it up to it and then it won't let it go.
This machine here isn't really up to the task.
Unfortunately, the first 2 attempts
And we didn't have
did
the right
not
adapter to
work.
use our other machine, so gonna have to figure out a plan here. We need a plan. We need a plan because these are not going on. The tire's way too rigid. The moment you start pushing down on it, it kicks the bottom bead off. So it needs to be that machine so that it can grab it from underneath. Just a tease, that's all this is.
We really needed our other machine. While Brandon figured out a solution, we went to check up on Yannick.
Ian's almost ready for enough of today. Covered in drill shavings. Fun. But this side is all prepped for the coilover. 3 holes drilled up top. There was a ABS module just beyond that, and we removed it just to make sure that we weren't drilling into it. That is the driver's side, and there's a ABS module right on top of that pocket. So you gotta undo it, lift it, get it out of the way before you drill it.
Brandon.
Not having a great day. Brandon. Well, that's basically day 1 on Jesse's 450. We didn't quite get as far as we wanted. Didn't get the wheels mounted. No, you're not getting too much farther. I was trying to wrap it up and he's over there. Are you going home? Wait, you got
Another hour.
Yeah,
No.
an hour and 15 minutes.
You're just tossing that around like it's a frisbee.
That's like a 32.
Do you have a socket for this? That's big. That's a big one.
That's a big one.
Read the instructions. There.
You just got the instructions and we're halfway through it, so. So the stock radius arms are out. Oh, I see what you've done. Just supported the diff from spinning. I got you. Good thinking, man, good thinking. Radius arms are off. Are we ready to put new parts on? Just about? Just about? No, I mean like the shiny stuff.
I put like right here.
The bump stop. Yeah, bump stops are not shiny.
It's still the part.
Just because it's a white bump stop instead
shiny,
of.
it's all black.
Well, the stuff with shiny stickers.
No, that doesn't go till the end. Which color shiny you want? I got chrome or aluminum color. Or stainless. No, there's a little slot in this. Offset, it needs to go this way. Nice. Oh, would you fuck off?
So the dilemma with the wheels. This is the adapter. The center holes are for a truck, like a pickup truck, 3/4 ton, whatever. The outer holes are for like an 18-wheeler or a rig, like a big truck. So the wheels are made for a rig. The adapters are made for 450. We can mount the tires on the rims, but we can't balance them because of this lug pattern. We don't deal with a lot of 18-wheelers or big rigs. We deal with big diesel pickups. So we've gone down the road. Calvin's actually gone to get us the proper adapters to fit from the wheel balancing machine to this lug. So this is crazy heavy. And these are just adapters. These are nuts. I'm struggling just to hold them.
Upper and lower mounts are on both sides for the coilovers. So Yan is just throwing in the first coilover here on the passenger side. Just an eyelet at the top for 1 bolt, and then 1 bolt at the bottom.
Calvin came back to the shop with the proper adapter to let us get the wheels on the proper machine. But of course, he came back after hours and the cameras were off. The wheels were installed and the lift was finished. Well, I wasn't there.
Monday, we, good morning. Goodbye. We started the build Monday, didn't quite get it all done. Yannick had to install a couple things Tuesday. I wasn't able to come Tuesday, and now it's Wednesday morning. We're just finishing up the remainder of everything. It's going for an alignment, but the problem is it's too wide for the alignment rack. This is a big truck with those forces on it. It's a big truck. So to get it on the alignment rack, we have to remove the dually setup and drive it with a single rear tire. So that's what we're doing, and then we're gonna bring it over to the alignment rack. Was that all right?
Yeah, I was done yesterday.
You like the one wheel setup?
Well, that looks like the
She's tucked pretty hard.
CN trucks.
Yeah, it does.
Way too fucking big.
Yep. Ron, you look pretty good in that truck. Yep.
He's got like 10 times too many buttons for him.
This one has auto high beams, you don't want them.
Yeah.
Big boss status, ain't gon' lie, I really wish they would like a cabbage. I ain't do no front and get my money on the back end. Yesterday's price ain't today, now we taxing. Way out the fear, ain't no way out for me. They always told me I'm the wave, like I'm way out. And see, I know some real.
How does that thing attach?
No, it just holds up against it. Like we're gonna.
That's the biggest one you got.
Yeah, that one definitely goes.
Okay.
That's the biggest one. And it doesn't quite clear your. No, quite clear the nuts, eh?
Okay, so we got to go up, Yannick, and we got to take all the wheels off, put the factory ones on. Now, can you align it with the rear singles? Or you need dualies on it?
Well, it'd be better to have the duals on.
Okay, well, we'll put them all
yeah.
on.
If we're gonna go put the factories on it, then we might as well.
We will do it. And super duper careful, right? Still with the wheels.
Fun, right? So the truck's on the alignment rack now, and we've hit another snag. So with this nice of a wheel, we're worried about the alignment machine heads that mount onto the wheel. We're worried about them scratching the rim themselves. With such an expensive wheel, we really don't want to damage them. So we're just going to remove them and put the stocks back on for the alignment. So we're just reinstalling the stock wheels because we don't want the alignment heads to scratch the new wheels at all. So instead of playing that game, we just decided let's switch out the wheels to the factory tires, factory rims, and we won't have any damage to the forces. So before we start the alignment, Bruce has to make sure this machine knows what truck is on the rack. So you have to provide the VIN, the make, the model, the year, a whole bunch of stuff to do with this truck. So this machine knows the proper angles for all the wheels. Next, we have to make sure this laser up there at the front connects to the heads that are attached to the wheels. That's going to measure the angle the wheels are on and tell the machine if it's correct or not. Then it's just basically listen to the machine. The machine will run through a whole bunch of steps. You have to do exactly what it says and then adjust to what it says, and it's pretty straightforward. I call that the tie rod bar, is that correct?
Yeah.
So you just loosen the tie rod bar, and now you're just gonna adjust each wheel to make sure the angle's correct.
This will adjust toe to get it for distance between the two. Just get your toe in.
Okay.
The one up there adjusts the steering wheel.
All right. Okay. Well, the alignment is done. Bruce got it all wrapped up. Alignment-wise, the truck looks fantastic. So now it's time to get the wheels back on, and we're just debating how we're gonna do it. So when the forces are mounted on the dually, the rear end, it's just too wide for the alignment rack. So we had to pull it off the alignment rack, put it on the ground right in front, and then lift up the rear end again, and we're gonna throw the forces back on the rear end to wrap up this project.
I don't. Oh, finish the alignment. Now I gotta put back the wheels. So I had to put an adapter on it to put those big fancy wheels because they have tractor trailer wheels on them. So the adapter is pretty heavy, so we just finished putting that on. Put the inner wheel. I'll go roll down there and get the outer wheel, and we'll be putting it on.
Tell me the order. You gotta go adapter.
So now I gotta put an adapter, wheel, and some spacers so the wheels don't touch each other. So now I did that, but I forgot on the other side, so because I'm not used to doing this all the time. So you think that you got everything under control, and sometimes you fuck up anyways. It happens, right? World's not perfect. If not, no one would be fucking working.
So these wheels are so heavy that Yan is trying to basically get the truck at the same height so he can just kind of slide the wheel on. Doesn't really have to do much lifting. Everything there is just a million pounds. Feels like a million pounds, you know. Yeah, we don't need gym memberships. We just lift wheels.
So Yannick just finished installing the rear wheels. We're pretty much all good to go. We've got to throw the billet center caps on and a couple other things. Then we can roll this thing out and show you guys the new stance of this F450.
400.
400 foot-pounds.
Yeah, we just called and we said 400.
Wow.
It's crazy, huh?
What are you doing?
I'm putting grease in all the little holes where that center cap bolt goes, because, you know, crap that goes in there, the water and all that, they seize up in there. And the price of those wheels, well, you want them to be safe, right? You don't want to have to drill them out or whatever, so doing that for future, if you want to remove them, at least they won't break them down.
I almost fell. It is.
Hey, let it snow, let her go.
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah.
This 2023 F450 just got 30K in accessories. Jesse brought us another one of his builds, and he said when he bought it, it didn't look good enough. It actually looked like an old man's truck, and he didn't want to put a kilometer on it. So he towed it down to us, and now it looks like this. 4-inch BDS, full coilover with resi shocks, front and rear, 37s, Nitto Ridge grappler, and a 24-inch American Force wheel. And I think this truck is the most badass truck driving around this area, that's for sure.
It's the entire lane?
Well, 3 meters to 10 feet. Are you right on the out? Yep. 9 feet.
So he's got half a foot on
That's
each
why it was,
side.
it was 6 inches going in.
So Brandon just measured this, and what, a highway lane is 10 feet wide, 3 meters?
Yep.
And
This
how
thing's
wide is
9 feet wide.
9 feet
Nothing
wide.
like 6 inches.
That's wild, eh? That'll be fun.
Yeah.
He's gonna love this. Beautiful truck.
gotta figure out what I'm doing with my hands. They keep just. I keep waving them around all funny. We gotta do this and that and this. Well, yeah, I mean, if you stand there like a pencil all day, that's hard too, so.